Apologies in advance, everybody. I'm Tony.
I'm Tyler.
And, well, yeah, you heard that right. Tyler's here with Sunless Skies. We're restarting and just jumping into this fresh. New voices, new everything, because I want to show somebody else this game.
How many episodes did you have up anyway?
I had 4, and 2 of them were already lost runs.
Fair.
Our expedition to the domains of the dead have been eventful. The Orphean is damaged and in grievous need of repairs and supplies. We are returning, in haste, to the Reach, where I hope we can make port at New Winchester. May God be with us, for 1,000 deaths wait us on that day. Final entry of Captain Amelia. Oh yeah, right before her death. It doesn't go well.
She didn't live.
Unfortunately, no.
What?
Well, unfortunately, those were posthumous, so...
You can survive that.
A posthumous?
An aposthumus?
Ah. I heard they were dangerous.
A hippopotamus?
You ever seen one eat a watermelon?
Well,
You return to the Reach, an untamed, sunless span of the heavens. London's new frontier and a celestial garden run wild. Yeah, we're just at the relay.
I'm beginning to think we're talking about two different things because he was talking about one of those guys with the floppy hats and wears the don't come to school tomorrow kind of jackets.
Is it as a, what was it?
Oh, a hipster. Sorry, hipster.
Ah, yeah, I was thinking hippopotamus.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we were also supposed to be talking about legendary Posthumus, but
Oh, posthumous. Yes.
The journey back
I
from
love
the Blue
man.
Kingdom was tumultuous, and your locomotive is damaged, and Captain Whitlock badly wounded. Well, that's bad.
That's bad.
As first officer of the crew, look to you. The nearest station is New Winchester. Can you get the Orphean there safely? Well, I'm trying. Turn on this locomotive's cruise.
And while we're doing that, can you pause real quick?
I can. We'll be
right back.
Whoa, already. And we're already back. Much to the relief of your stokers, you find a barrel of fuel among the treacherous.
Ozymandias.
A wreck drifts here, less fortunate even than you. We should scavenge her for repairs, the crewman suggests. Oh, the Ozymandias. The wreck hangs in the sky, pocked with recent gunfire. You and the boarding party don your sky suits, garments of waxed canvas lined with felt to protect against the cold of the sky. 2 of the crew are whispering as they dress. What business did Captain Whitlock have in the Blue Kingdom anyway? Why the devil did we trespass on districts of the dead? You silence him. Now's not the time. We're gonna hop on.
Gonna slap the shit out of him. Tell him, listen here.
You obey by any means necessary. Okay, what is it? Is it like follow orders? I can't remember it.
The beatings will continue
Yeah,
until morale
There we go. Thank you.
improves.
I couldn't quite remember the exact verbiage.
Took me a second to realize what you were trying to say.
So what we're saying here is go child labor force! Wait, no, wrong game. Right, sorry. Though I'm reminded of winter all of a sudden.
Is it me or did it just get cold in here?
Leading the way, you jump. Your stomach lurches with vertigo as the stars blaze above you and below. The air of the heavens is thin and torn apart by predictable winds. Then your boots hit the running board of the Ozymandias, and your leather-gloved hands fumble for a hold. One of your companions throws you a line, and you lash the 2 engines together. Only then do the rest of the boarding party follow you. One of them forces open an exterior hatch, and you clamber inside.
Also, sorry for the clearing my throat. I was just dying.
You know, passing away on camera.
Oh, on camera, you know.
As things go, as often one does in the Reach or the Neath.
Where are we?
We're in the Reach right now.
Oh. So I guess I didn't pay enough attention. Are we in the sky or are we in the sea?
We're in the sky. This is
Okay.
Sunless Skies.
Okay. I, for whatever reason, thought we were playing Sunless Sea again. And I'm like, oh, wait, no, huh?
That's actually another game that never made it to the channel.
Yeah.
And that had 3 pilot episodes done for it. Yeah, a different era for sure.
Yeah. That one was kind of hard to do, though.
Oh, yeah, well
for me.
Well, we were doing it in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
trying to voice act the entire game ourselves at that point, when we weren't even using any of the tactics we use nowadays, like the our focus has changed so much when it comes to recording and whatnot.
That's true too. That's true. Well, it didn't help that back in those days, people. Let me tell you, we were recording in an apartment that had tissue paper for walls.
Yeah.
You could hear a
And that was
mouse
in your
fart on the
room.
first story. Yeah, I know. That was so bad.
Yeah.
My room was the best place to record because that was the only place we didn't have a neighbor underneath us.
Yeah. It was rough for a while there. Anyways. Her interior is cold, unlit, and whistles with wind. Your party lamps spread buttery light. Buttery! Perfect.
Butter.
Well, it was meant to be.
Butter boy.
With narrow paneled passages. You make your way towards the hold, stepping over bodies crumpled in the corridor. Unfortunately, your way is blocked. A bulkhead has been mangled inward by a well-aimed barrage. Should we go for a precarious path or clear the obstruction?
Deceiving and evading.
Essentially, strength or dexterity stat.
Well, what is our character? What do we have for our character? Do we have stats, or is it just kind of a?
We have D&D style stats.
Okay. So I'm guessing everything's kind of at 1 right now.
Essentially.
Okay. Let's go Trixie. Let's go more precarious.
Because believe it or not, this is actually just an extension of a browser game that was built like the old school Facebook timed quest games.
Dude, that would have been cool.
Oh, it's still up.
Really?
Fallen London is an absolutely phenomenal browser RPG.
Huh.
They even have a dating sim based in this universe.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
No fail better rule. A memory. The rest of the boarding party follow you without enthusiasm. You recall the first time you climbed outside an engine. Helping the captain fix a leak in an exterior pipe, the wind had shrieked, buffeting at you. You asked the captain what would happen if you slipped. You fall. She answered tersely. But where to, you asked? She looked down and then looked back. The sky's depths spiraled around you.
There?
Away, she said, and you heard her fear.
Let me tell you what you do.
Back in the present, you tumble back into the Ozymandias through a shattered window. Your party's spilling after you, glad to be back inside. Away. You've reached the Ozymandias hold, a ruin of smashed cargo and spilled supplies. Hopefully somewhere amidst the detritus, you can find parts to repair the Orpheum and restock your stores. Conduct a thorough search. You find enough food and gear to restock yourself. Enough spare parts to make the necessary repairs to the Orpheum. The food will need to be thoroughly thawed, of course, but you've eaten worse in the skies. Oh! Cries in one of your party, prying the lid off a long crate. It holds a cannon still nestled in straw. Another crewman pulls a battered birdcage from a pile of ruined cargo. Within the cage, something winged and furred opens a sullen eye. You examine your finds.
There was a bird.
Well, maybe.
A bird?
Maybe. You got 4 supplies and 15 hull.
Where's my bird?
We'll see in a second. Oh, it's a diffident bat.
Oh, even better.
Right,
but the Jerusalem cannon.
Well, hold on. The Ozymandias emits a long, juddering creak. Your boating party exchange nervous glances. From the chaos of its hold, you have retrieved repairs and supplies and discovered some useful equipment. A gun that could be mounted on your locomotive, and an educated bat. Oh, we can claim both, or you can claim both this and the cannon. Oh, wait, we have to attempt to do both. We could really use the cannon.
We could, yeah. Well, you know more about the game than I do, so I was gonna say it'd be cool to have the bat for a lookout kind of guy, but.
Oh, that's actually how you discover new islands too. It does help, and this one's a bit more odd when it comes to navigation too, because for the entire first episode I played this, coming back, I was trying to find a place to the east, and I didn't notice that even in the quest description it said that directions don't work the same in the sky as they do in normal. This is very much Tales from the Gas Station, Welcome to Night Vale. Very not abide by our rules kind of universe.
Okay. That's very similar to a SCP thing I was listening to the other day. It's parallel dimensions, but they call it, they use the cardinal directions to describe which general direction you go. You're not going east, but they call it east.
Oh, okay, yeah, I gotcha. Fire and Fury, the Cotterell and Hathersage, Jerusalem, fire single shells to a good range, more or less accurately. You order 2 of your party to get it back to your vessel and fit it immediately. The Ozymandias groans again. The structure shudders spasmodically.
Well,
Do we try? Oh, we actually wound up going with both of them.
oh,
Okay, yeah.
oh wait, liberate a different bat.
A diffident bat.
Oh,
Yeah.
a diffident bat. Okay.
The bat
Sorry, I'm blind and it's really hard for me to.
The bat treats the rescue as an inconvenience and immediately begins haggling over pay. You offer to put it back in its damn cage and leave it on the Ozymandias, which your point it becomes more polite. You doubt it will last. Just, you son of a bitch! I won't pay you a cent more, or he's staying here.
Cratchit, it's only a day, sir.
Ooh, do we try and break into the engine room?
Ooh. This is not without risk. What do you think?
I think we'll head back to the Orphean.
Okay. Well, we've got a bat and a cannon. We're good.
Oh, there's also a sanity meter.
Oh, okay.
You lead your boarding party back to your vessel. Unshackling her from the buckling Ozymandias, you stoke your engine steam away, restocked. Prepared and rearmed, the crew give a ragged cheer.
You know what would be kind of a cool way to do this on like a physical form? It's like have a a generative board, like which game was it that you just bought that had like generated boards, randomized, procedurally generated kind of shit. But you get the idea at the very least.
Yes, but I'm also not. You talking Escape the Dark Sector? Or...
No, I'm talking about this, but in a physical board game kind of situation. Because I think it'd be kind of neat to have like a choose your own adventure style booklet while using points on a map, like you fucking wash it like mahjong tiles and then you throw it down kind of shit.
You're talking about that like murder mystery game I was telling you about?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it could be kind of like a Sherlock Holmesian Lovecraft mystery style game. If you really want a good comparative, really the best one you have is actually Eldritch Horror.
Well, yeah.
Except for this has vehicle combat, so.
But I was thinking about keeping as much of the story stuff in there, so it's like a big ass choose your own adventure book.
That would be pretty sick. Well, the walls of the captain's cabin are lined with a hodgepodge of curios from across the sky. Captain Whitlock lies in bed. Black marks cover her skin like a monstrous brand. When she coughs, coils of acrid smoke pour from her lungs.
Ooh.
Well,
You shouldn't have been smoking. I told you you were smoking for 37 years. Like 12 bundles of sky tobacco a day.
Oh, well. We'll see what it's doing, actually. A word of living fire pursued the Orphean across the Blue Kingdom. It caught you just before you passed through the transit relay to the breach and set its brand upon the captain. It's burned itself right through her. Ugh. When I closed the worst of her wounds, I could see the sign seared into her bones and her organs. Judging from her symptoms, it's on the inside of her lungs, too. The captain leans to one side and vomits a plume of fire into a cup. Oh, there's nothing the doctor can do. Jesus! Yeah, see what I meant where that doesn't really abide by the rules of the real world?
Yeah.
It's very much more than you were thinking of. This world has an actual hell you can just walk down to.
Yeah. I mean, that'd at least be kind of neat.
And a machine that operates as the sun down in the sea.
I like it. When can I vacation?
Well, it usually drives you mad, so, I mean, it'd be interesting to see you try it.
I was going to say, I'm already there.
Oh, this is just an amazing universe. Approach the bedside. Her mouth is blistered from the blue fires that dance on her tongue. Her hand grips your arm. Her skin is hot as a kettle. Make arrangements. The Orphean will be yours. Her voice just a rasp of burned meat breath.
Burned meat breath.
Promise. She breaks off to scream a word of language that was not made for human mouths. When she resumes speaking English, she's weaker, her request little more than a gasp. Promise me service. Promise. Just rest. You'll be fine.
Give her a
What if you're
big,
contagious?
big sloppy kiss.
I'll do it. She sinks back, relieved. All in my will. She gasps. Be better. She breaks off the sigils burned into her bones. She breaks off as the sigils burned into her bones flare, glowing cherry red through her flesh and skin. Better, Captain. The effort exhausts her. She sinks back into the scorched pillows in a twisting, frantic fever. Jesus Christ. Fucking rough.
Why don't you just dip her in a big old bucket of water?
I
Come
don't
on now.
think that would help the bones.
Come on now.
Well, they leave the cabin and the scorched stink of its air behind and return to the bridge. New Winchester's further than you like, and the captain hasn't long left. And yeah, we're just heading through the sky.
Oh no.
Yeah, we got rogue
Enemy.
other locomotives.
Yes, I love the sky trains.
Yeah. Oh, I overheated. That was stupid of me. Yeah, it's funny how much the combat has changed yet stayed the same in Sunless Skies. Because it is way more advanced, and like the motion of the game and like the storytelling, the level up system. Well, the way that your levels are almost telling your own character's backstory is really what makes it really cool.
Yeah.
It's such an improvement over the original, but the original is so good. The Reach Marauder is defeated. You prepare to board the buckled wreckage, poised to plunder the plunderers. Behind you, someone is humming a song of victory. We'll definitely raid the remains.
Dun, 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 dun.
Your boarding party returns with wallets and watches, cufflinks, lockets, and keepsakes. You store them in the safe to be pawned when, if you make it back to port. We now have $47.
We're moderately wealthy for or we could go get a cheeseburger.
That's about what we could afford right now.
Let's go get a cheeseburger. One to share. Oh.
Nah, we will continue the tutorial yet again. So I need to go. Da-da-da! There we go. Cruise control. That's when I just break the handle, or actually no, I just tape it to the tape it to the machine.
A little bit of sellotape, and
Yeah.
you're good.
Wake me when we're about to crash. Oh, okay. The theme is actually very similar to the originals.
Another boogin.
Let me tell you, Sunless Sea is a game that, well, I actually have a rather entertaining story about it in general too. Of I forgot how to turn around.
Ah. Whoa.
I got it about the same time I actually got into Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I believe. And my brother had come over and he was like, "Hey, I heard you got the new Assassin's Creed," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's fine. I've been playing this though, because I hadn't been able to put Sunless Sea down for like a week straight.
Nice.
I was just obsessed with the world." Prepare to board the buckled wreckage, poised to plunder the plunderers again. Ooh, we're gonna get another weapon, yeah.
Yeah.
A rare find. Your crew return in one piece, spare the spoils of your victory. It was a right devil to remove, Captain, says the lead engineer. Hope you'll make good use of it. The Marauder cannon launches chunks of jagged, superheated rock via a brutally basic mechanism. Simple, ruthless, effective.
I like
A
it.
Marauder Manigal. Is it square to go in reverse? Circle? Yes, but it's also
Really slow.
Oof.
I
Taste
mean,
of
it
smog.
sounds
Fire,
about right
fire.
for a train.
We're home.
Though a flying one, I don't see the problem of going backwards. I guess that what they do just have tiny little thrusters.
You coast into the bustle the din, the soot and the steam of Wolvesy Station. It is clogged with other engines, scrappy mining locomotives from Lustrum Way, weathered explorers gleaming with frost, and sleek company vessels with bright brass fittings. No sooner have you pulled into the sidings that a brisk station manager brustles over. He requests to come aboard.
I must speak with your captain.
He insists, brandishing a ledger.
The usual formalities. Thwap!
That's a lot of formalities.
It's like a fucking 3-pound book just thwump.
That indented my table, sir.
Well, you gonna get to it or you ain't gonna get to it?
He disappeared at your shoulder, his face solemn, his hat in his hands. He lowers his eyes. Oh no, the doctor. Jesus, we got a mogul over here. When he was blustering, I didn't think that meant tycoon. The crew exchanged bleak, wordless looks. The Orpheum itself feels suddenly more empty. Station master looks confused. Unfortunately, Captain Whitlock has just passed.
Oh.
He says, neutrally!
Yes, yes. Sorry to hear that. Very sad indeed.
He waits for what he considers an appropriate minute and a half before continuing.
Alas, even amidst tragedy, the cogs of bureaucracy must turn. If Captain Whitlock is deceased, the station authority require their answers for the first officer.
He dons a set of spectacles and locates his pen.
It will be relatively painless. Name, background, purpose of visit, etc. Shall we begin?
Sure. And here we create our character. So, what are we going to be?
Yeah, what kind of money am I going to get out of this?
Well, money is definitely not the option of a street urchin. And what I really like is you can be a Zaylor from the Untersee.
Nice.
And that's one of the strength builds. We could be an auditor, a revolutionary, a priest, an academic, a poet, a soldier, or a street urchin. Today, London lies between the stars. Her new empire unfolds across the heavens. 10 years ago, before the Northern Gate was opened, before the renewed empress led her people to the skies, it lay a vast cavern far beneath the earth, deep, dark, marvelous. Who were you then? So yeah, believe it or not, this is actually a sequel proper to Sunless Sea.
Will, what have you been before?
I think I've been a poet and a Zaylor and a soldier. Should we be a priest?
You know, I was thinking either a priest or a revolutionary. That'd be neat.
That's high veils. The world is broken. One way for the rich, another for the poor. You decided to do something about it. So that's what we were back in the Neath, huh? Revolutionary?
Which would you prefer?
Let's try revolutionary.
All right.
You were revolutionary. The law offered you no protection. The engines of the state were set against that which you knew to be just. How did you resist? With your feet and your fists, with your mind or your art? You marched. When marching wasn't enough, you fought. Or lies are the tools of tyrants. You published research to expose those lies and illuminate justice. Or art travels swiftly. It cannot be imprisoned and it cannot be hanged.
You know what? I like the things for art. Let's go with art.
And what's our ambition? Do we want to be wealthy? Do we want to be famous? Or do we want to know the truth of the stars?
He's a revolutionary artist. Of course he's doing it for the truth.
Even the stars have secrets, but they won't keep them from you. A message from an old friend begins an unwise quest to learn a secret that the stars hide. What drives you? Curiosity? Justice? Insolence? Whatever it is, it will be tested. Be warned, this is a demanding ambition best played by a lineage that has already completed wealth or fame.
Well, in that case...
I mean fame?
Fame, why not?
You will immortalize your exploits in the song of the sky. For centuries, people have launched themselves into the unknown to the hope of making a name for themselves. You're sure you'll succeed. After all, you never heard of anyone who didn't. Gather stories of your exploits and write them about them in New Winchester. Okay, yeah, that's actually the path I usually went for in the original. And this one has a full customization for it.
Ooh,
So a
that
revolutionary.
lovely hat.
That one?
No. Right there.
That one?
Back one.
Oh,
There we go.
I just don't think that's very...
Bowl of daisies on the head.
It just doesn't feel revolutionary to me. I think the tricorn, if that is a tricorn.
I think that's I do believe that's a lady's bonnet. Well, not a bonnet, but I really don't. It could be a archery, like a what the hell are those called? I can't remember what they're called now.
Yes.
Yes, Grizzly Adams.
Yes.
Oh, great.
Oh my. Gotta show off the beard.
So many of these just make
Ooh.
him look like he's got a big head.
Term of address.
Citizen.
Captain.
Doctor.
My lord Galaland? What a name. Should we go my lord Galaland, the revolutionary artist?
Sure.
Onward we go.
Lord Galaland.
So yeah, we got 10 iron, 17 hearts, 10 veils, or 10 mirrors, and 25 veils. So yeah, we're mostly skilled in subterfuge.
Basically what I wanted to go for anyway.
3 weeks have passed. This
Even
morning,
though I'm not
Captain
the one playing.
Whitlock received a simple memorial service. Her body was consigned to a necropolis train bound for Serene Mausoleum. Now you sit with a handful of her relatives and threadbare offices of her solicitors. Methodical notary is reading the will. The captain was wealthy once, but had squandered her capital on mysterious expenses before her expedition to the Blue Kingdom.
Are there the mummy people in this one?
I don't know if Vendor Bite is involved in this one yet.
Hmm.
I don't know how that works.
Well, I think they should add them in.
I mean, I don't know if they are, but the necropolis sounds like it, maybe.
Yeah.
The captain's relatives are wondering why we're here. In the final codicil, the notary announces, Captain Whitlock informed that the possession of the Orphean would pass to its first officer. He peers at you with dry, grey eyes. This includes a certain black box containing the Orphean's hold. Captain Whitlock's final request was that, at a time of your choosing, you transport said box to an address in London. He hands you an address card, and deposit it there. You're not to look inside. She gave no explanation. That's it. You're captain now. The orphan is yours.
Yay! The captain died. It's mine. It's all mine now.
And now, the game is ours to explore.
All right. And in that, we're done. Goodbye. Never coming back.
Not even close.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, I kind of was ingenuous of the closest game I've ever played to something like this is probably either Disco Elysium or, to an extent, Citizen Sleeper.
I figured something
But much more long
adjacent.
form.
Yeah. I hope the sequel is going to be so good.
It looks so good already.
I just can't wait to get back into disco.
Oh yeah. So let's So follow your ambition. Where to begin? Take advantage of a quiet moment to pull out your journal. The blank page sits before you, smug and unblemished. The horror! At last, inspiration strikes. You need fresh material. That's the ticket. Go out and explore the high wilderness. Gather sky stories and tales of terror to begin the Song of the Sky. We gotta go gather stuff.
Let's become bandits.
I think we can do something to get into that. I'm not sure.
Rabble-rousing bandits.
This game's pretty freeform. Like, I accidentally completed a campaign by just sailing off the edge of the world in my other one.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I essentially went insane and followed the Song of the Sea out into the empty wilderness that was past the cavern you existed in, because the funny part is the vast ocean you're in the original game is just an inlet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because that's why there's so many islands and so many little spots on the top and bottom. Because once you sail past the border, it's kind of endless. You know, it's one of the most fascinating Lovecraftian worlds I've ever been in. Smoggy, clanking, singing, stamping, thronging, frantic heart of the Reach. An ever-expanding port of soot-smudged glass and bright steel spilling across a drifting, mist-wrapped archipelago. Its factories thunder, its engines' sheds ring with hammers and hiss with steam. Locomotives chug into sidings for repair or flare across the sky and away to the Winchester. High wilderness. Blah. I was wondering why I was going to say High Winchester.
You know what I gotta say?
What?
The reach for the Reachman.
The Reach for the Reachman?
Yeah, reach for the Reachman.
I can't say I follow.
Oh, so Skyrim.
Oh.
The Forsworn.
Oh.
I've been listening to a lot of
Elder Scrolls stuff recently. I often forget about the entire concept that is the Reach.
Yeah, no.
Because that what city is that? Markarth?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it as Markarth because the Forsworn quest is kind of a back half of that for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because Markarth is one of the two characters I romance every day.
Yeah.
And because it actually has the only female Breton, I believe, that's romanceable in the entire game in that. And it's the alchemist.
Oh, I didn't know
shopkeep. And then the other one is the warrior dude, Boris. I think it has been so freaking long since I've played Skyrim at this point.
Yeah, honestly.
But yeah, do we want to visit the club, inquire about the Winchester War, learn about trading?
Let's learn about trading. We need ways to make money.
So, visit the Promise of Days to learn of a profitable trading aspect. A porter at the pub, or at the station, advises you to visit the nearby pub, the Promise of Days, and talk to the seasoned captain there. They keep their ears to the ground. They'll know about an opportunity or two. Alright. Let's go to the Promise of Days then. A club where the seasoned captains gather to trade stories and share advice with the younger skyfarers. Old pistons gleam on the walls, the shelves crowded with mementos from across the sky. The clientele raise their voices to be heard above the comforting clamor of the adjacent engine yards. You may find helpful advice here. I'll introduce myself. They're sometimes happy to offer words of advice. Sometimes many words.
Many
Four
words.
are gathered here at the usual table. The masked citizen, a libertine, polymath, and pioneer of a neo-nocturnal artistic school. The bedeviled Theodact, a scholar haunted by his discoveries. The plucky baroness, explorer, collector, and the latest? The latest?
Yeah, latest.
The latest?
I'm not too sure.
And Spatchcocker Meg, who hunts monsters. Of course everything out there is jolly dangerous, says the Baroness. Few risk the skies, so news of distant ports is valuable. Collect port reports from places you visit and deliver them to the Victory Hall or Company. The more you turn in at once, the more they'll pay. Look for other opportunities on the way, advises the masked citizen. Passengers who want transport, rich men in need of bloody work, etc. Old pistons gleam on the walls. Oh, okay. I already know about all that. So
Okay.
All right. Yeah, we're good. Onwards. Let's. Yeah, we still have more to explore, didn't we? Yeah. How goes the war? The slow burning war.
Mention the war.
Out! I mentioned war. Don't mention the war. Well, that's the name of the episode.
Yeah.
Slow burning war from the Reach forms the backdrop to daily life in the New Winchester. Citizens wishing to keep up with developments in the war turn to the New Gazette. It is famously the only newspaper worth reading in the New Winchester, as well as the only paper that hasn't bankrupted itself. Its quality speaks for itself. Let's read about the current political situation in the New Gazette. The Assembly runs New Winchester from Victory Hall and seeks to strengthen its hand in the Reach. London's proxy, the Windward Company, however, maintain a considerable presence in the Reach. Although New Winchester is still new to ground, tensions are mounting within or without the port.
Also, if you want me to take over reading, just let me know.
I will. Don't worry.
You just get on it quicker than I can.
Yeah, no,
so.
I love reading it. It's like I get to just narrate a book. I love it. Your name does not appear in any of the tackety-focused reporting on the war. Apparently, you are not considered worthy of comment. There's no mention of you among the stories about the Stovepipe's recent fortunes. You are not of interest to them. Nothing in the newspaper.
Nothing about me. That means there's nothing of any import. Oh.
I specialize in test driving, but I'm looking for something quieter.
The driver indicates with crashed engine, still smoking.
Like that, without the screaming.
Come on board! And yeah, you see he gives me new iron hearts, and my affiliation is better.
Oh.
With the establishment, apparently.
Lovely
The
establishment.
driver boards, eager to get started.
I recently parted ways with the Windward Company.
They explain.
Personally, I think a crash a week isn't so bad.
They disagreed. Oh well, live and learn. I'm so glad that I picked this voice for this guy.
Welcome aboard!
Because
That's it! Yeah, no. Alright, go. Driver pile.
yeah, seriously.
Woo! Alright, let's get some more crew, too. That doesn't hurt. Your voyages have grown perilous of late. Numbers and morale are lower than they were. Today, New Winchester is abuzz with rumor. A famous tackety captain has turned tail and fled back to London, promised a generous pension and a full pardon in exchange for selling secrets. His crew are at a loose end and under a cloud of suspicion. Will they ever find work again? I asked him to turn Croat's crew. No one else will have them. For a cost at the round of promised days, they're yours. Welcome aboard, gentlemen.
Welcome aboard.
Initially, the crew members are suspicious. They think you might be a journalist for the Gazette. Still, they're happy to drink on your coin, and as the night progresses, their reserve vanishes. They arrive at your engine the next day to sign their papers, and they come with headaches, nausea, and the last of their things. They go to their berths, ready to make for the stars again.
Well, at least we've got a willing crew. Semi-will. Well, they probably weren't going to get work anywhere else, so yeah, I guess willing crew.
Shall we check out that opportunity with the fastidious inspector?
Yeah, sure.
Excuse me, Captain. A woman pushes through the crowd towards you. She is short and square-shouldered in a neat black suit and polished shoes. She shows you a case of her pocket watch, and it is embossed with the crown of an hourglass of the London Horological Office, the body responsible for ensuring time is consistent across the empire. I'm hoping to book passage to Port Prosper, she says, slipping the watch away. I can, of course, pay. Pay sounds promising. Thank you. The locomotive I was on broke down following a boiler rupture. The chief engineer's fault, I suspect. A gentleman fond of the brandy and diligence. Here, an initial sum to seal our bargain. He sounds familiar. Boiler rupture. Port Prosper lies to the southeast of New Winchester. Not that there is such a thing as north, south, east, or indeed west out here. Indeed, London cartographers picked 4 of the brighter, more reliable stars to visible in the Empress's new palace and named them north, east, south, and west.
I kind of love that, actually.
All right, we should take a look at stuff.
That's a very human thing to do.
Mm-hmm. 5 consignments of literature. Wanted up to 5 consignments of literature. Genre, literary merit, and moral worth irrelevant. Delivered to Ringmaster, Palmier?
Yeah?
Palmier and Plenty's Inconceivable Circus, The Reach. The Inconceivable Circus lies to the north of the New Winchester. Well, do it.
Or is it just Palmer?
Probably Palmer.
It's either Palmer or he's French and it's like Palmier.
Yeah, lovely Palmier.
We've been playing Expedition as well. Seeds for Magdalenes. Magdalenes provides comfort and sympathy to the weary skyfarer. Its host will tell you any lie you need to hear. Some of the lies require flowers. The amenable host wants up to 3 sacks of verdant seeds, and will pay 80 sovereigns for each. Magdalenes lies to the southeast of New Winchester. Sure. Can be purchased at Hybris or the Leadbeater in Stainrod Nature Reserve. And approved literature can be reliably purchased at Purduance and I'm gonna let you try that one.
Walbury? Yeah, Warlbury.
Walbury Juxtamare?
Yeah, Walbury Juxtamare.
Okay. And dialogue in this game is just wild. We got Art Abraham's Engineering. This is where we can buy new equipment and weapons and stuff. But as of right now,
Cozy cabins for the captain. Sounds like a plan for me.
we unfortunately don't have 610 florins.
We'll have to sell the wood for the other cabins.
If only we could afford cramped quarters.
Damn.
Oh wait. Hold on.
Do we have to
Oh hey, new engines.
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah.
That's a dandy of a vessel.
Thank you. Oh right, officers, chief engineer. There he is.
Very much a mascot.
Oh no, the mascot's a new one. He's the chief engineer.
Oh.
Mascot's usually something like a rat, or a cat,
Oh, that must be the bat.
or a gelatinous screaming void.
Or a gelatinous screaming void. Huh?
I'd pretend if that wasn't accurate, but man, this game's fucking nuts.
I mean, there were mummy people in the previous one, so yeah.
Aha. Oh, we have 2 different weapon types now. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what we should do. More fuel and more food. Because those unaware at first glance may not know that this is a survival game. And a harsh one at that. Mostly because you may also notice we have limited cargo space as well.
Yeah. No, the second you said this was a browser game, I knew exactly what you meant, and it made me love these games 20 times more, and I actually immediately would just want to get both of these games on my Steam Deck just so I can play them myself.
Yeah, they're absolutely incredible. What do we got here? We got the Blue Kingdom Transit Relay, or is that on the other side?
Victory Hall.
Victory Hall.
Are we victorious? Did we make it?
I'm not sure. The Assembly, a coalition of independent-minded settlers,
Colloquially?
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Called Tacites. That's a word I have a very hard time saying. Gather and argue here. Colloquially. Yeah, colloquially.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's worse because you're looking at it, and yeah.
Deliver port reports here to receive rewards and win the Tacites' favor. Raised in the wake of the blockade of New Winchester, this magnificence of glass and steel houses the Colonial Assembly. Raised in the wake of the blockade of the New Winchester. Okay. Here the representatives of the independent ports Reach gather and quarrel. Let's take a look around. Today, the chambers of Victory Hall echo with shouting. The assembly is in session, and outraged roars ascend from the boardroom to the Palladio lobby. A discreet functionary escorts you from the premises before you hear anything too juicy. The captain, aren't you? She inquires once you're safely outside. If you want to be of service, bring us news from other ports. The Windward Company have spies everywhere, and we need recent, accurate information of our own. Okay, so we can't do anything yet.
We'll be back for the Queen.
No shops here either. Oh no, that's not the Queen.
Oh, I know. I'm just, generally for the Queen.
If I remember correctly, the Queen's kind of a bitch in this universe. Actually.
Well,
Bit of a tyrant, as I heard.
royalty. What do I do? What do I say?
Whoa. Yes, level up.
We just leveled up by doing a sick drift.
Finding new areas gives you experience.
Oh, okay. I mean, I would have loved it more to have done the sick drift part, but
What did the Winds of Fate have in store? Did we spend a night in prison? A spell in prison? Liberation of the night? We became scarred, scandal, and last time I did an interlude in red and gold. So
what is that? I just want to see what it is.
Lost your mind once, and they put you in a splendid hotel managed by a cheery gentleman who would determine when you could leave.
Oh.
Yeah.
You just lost your mind. You got put into the loony bin.
No, not a loony bin. No, a hotel.
It's a splendid hotel.
Yeah, it is. It is actually just a hotel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was literally just a
It was just a hotel. No, the Neath is fucked.
You just lose your mind at the
Do you know how many ways you can lose your mind in that fucking place? If you sail south, you'll lose your mind.
Oh, well,
and
yeah.
often die.
Yeah, I remember you talking about not...
Adam's Way or the Dawn Machine. It's awful.
It's like going west in SpongeBob.
Essentially.
Well...
That sounds more like something we would do.
Yeah,
A
honestly.
liberation of night.
Your eyes were opened. No one will be free until the stars, greatest of all tyrants, are shaken from their thrones. Existence itself is a chain.
What was the setup? Mass Fanatic tried to convert you. How did you respond? Oh, we either, our eyes were open. Yeah, no, we joined him.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't know where we were.
No worries. Okay, yeah. We got a Cryptic Benefactor, 3 mirrors, and 5 veils.
Oh.
Cool. Alright, I already like our character build so far.
We were in a cult.
A movement. The Company House. Local headquarters of the Windward Company, London's proxy in the Reach. Deliver port reports here to receive rewards and win the company's favor. Following the uprising, the fortunes of the Windward Company fell in New Winchester. Now their modest offices occupy an ex-tinning factory in the murky recesses of town. It continues to spill, faintly, of beans.
Not Saltuna?
No, different thing. You see, we're in the sky, that's in space.
Ah, yeah. No cysty pigs here.
Nope, no cysty pigs. As much as I could go for one right now.
It's not the best choice, but it's Spacer's choice.
The Windward Company, who represent London's interests in Reach, may have work. In the fine print. The offices are cramped, typewriters ring, assistants scurry between desks, beleaguered managers struggle to make themselves heard over the hubbub. Eventually, a harried assistant makes you a cup of tea.
Where am I? Huh? Where's the tea?
Okay, I'm afraid everyone's busy today. Am I a man or woman? Who am I? Am I that guy?
Yeah, you're them.
Okay.
He
afraid.
nods.
Okay. I'm afraid everyone's busy today. But if you want to make yourself useful, we always have up-to-date report. Yeah, we always need up-to-date reports on events beyond New Winchester. Bring them straight here, though not to...
He nods out the window towards Victory Hall, where the Colonial Assembly gathers.
That lot. Queen and country and all that, eh?
So, if we want to support the Queen, we can go with the Company House.
I mean...
I'm not... I am completely blind in this game.
Okay.
I've played 4 episodes for the channel, but I didn't do well each time, so, you know.
Fair.
And yeah, white means they're good.
Okay.
You've learned from your experiences, distant clamor of engine yards Back it up.
Back it up. Need to read
We
it.
need to read the text. On the 19th, what? Ah, damn!
Well, tax is gone now. Goodbye forever.
On cruise goes.
We'll never go. We'll never know.
Alright, we got 5 fuel and 4 supplies. We should be able to be out for a bit here.
Man, the background kind of trips me up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's very funky.
The Alexander Yang claim. Right, like it's islands and then below it is just endless space.
Yeah.
Isn't it fucking wild?
What kind of shit are we dealing with here?
The same shit that involves the fact that London was stolen by bats and brought underground in the first
Yeah,
game.
that's true. I mean, I just imagine at this point the Earth is no longer one solid continuous mass.
It is. As far as I'm aware, I don't know how Sunless Skies ends, but In Sunless Sea, you were just London underground. You could go back up to the surface and explore.
Oh.
You often can't spend much time up there because your skin burns at the touch of the sun.
Oh. Well, that's lovely.
Long knuckle pass, and we got some more health. And yeah, like I said, the theme is very similar. And you can imagine listening to this every time I was playing Sunless Sea, I was just enraptured. Like, atmosphere is what drives this game for me completely.
Acting. No, I'm really enjoying this game so far.
That's why I wanted to bring you on. Because believe it or not, this has actually been a bit of a long time in the making of wanting to bring this series back and also wanting to bring Tylor. Because it's just neat.
It is.
Not much out past Long Knuckle Pass, so we're heading... Where are we looking? These arboreal wilds are the lush and green. Fronds hang like curtains, leaves loll fat as giant stones.
Well, at least you got some good oxygenators.
And really, that's one thing that really did kind of shock me into how actually existential this universe could be. If you didn't have a locomotive, you'd be stuck on one of these islands.
Yeah. Well, the fact that they're flying locomotives as well.
And don't get me wrong, the Z is just as fucking nebulous and dangerous. Not to mention that has an under to it, and that's 10 times worse. This nebula shines in this place. Its light as mellow as melted butter. What's up with the butter?
Everyone loves butter.
A nameless monument deteriorates here. The wind is whistling through its solemn stones. Requires a saying. We don't have a saying, I don't believe. Onward we go.
Fucking kick her into high gear and let's get out of here.
I actually don't think I have a turbo that I did. You did in the original. Oh, okay. R2 and L2 are your different attacks. Cool. Yeah, it looks like no boost. Yeah, because that's your strafe. Lights in the distance. A stoker begins to sing a ballad about the chimneys of New Winchester. Oh, yeah, we're just coming right around.
Just filling out the map a little bit.
That's pretty much what most of the game is figuring out where you can go and then going there.
So what's with the skull on the left side of your HUD there?
That's your terror meter.
Okay.
You experience too many creepy shit, your crew and you can go knocking butts.
Okay.
We could have our own song of a ballad of red and gold and sky here. That is directly referencing Adam's Way area though, because that area does have a lot of hotels of red and gold that you can't stay in too long or they go.
Huh.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. Whoa. Whoa, what is this? It's just a nebula? Old stones and forgotten ruins lie tumbled across the sky. Today the sky is cool and blue as ice in a glass. Nope. Port Avon, huh? And the Nowhere Inn. Nowhere?
Nowhere.
Creepy stuff happens in the middle of nowhere. It's up to courage.
To save his new home.
A bucolic village nestled within the looming pre-human ruins. The dock is little more than a farmyard. Port Avon's inhabitants quickly tire of visitors, but you may be able to find ways to increase your welcome here before you venture into the village proper. Should we recruit a repentant devil?
Might as well. We take all kinds.
I do not have enough money.
Well, then tell him to kick grass.
Behold, a ruin of giants, gargantuan blocks jigsaw together, furred with moss and whispering with orchards. A bucolic village nestles among them. Smoke coils daintily from the chimneys. A leisurely game of cricket unfolds in the village green. Ramshackle dock jets into the sky beside a farmyard scattered with rusty locomotive parts. Plating, piping, and a chugging motor within it, and it's exposed. Sure,
Give me your money.
An oily black-haired girl waves your locomotive into position. Welcome to Port Avon, she calls as you disembark. Wretched not a sense greets you. Leaves and wood smoke, enriched by an infrequent but pungent intrusion of goat.
Goat.
Your novelty will wear off the more time you spend here. When you visit in the future, you may need to bring something to keep them friendly. Good to know. Yep, right at Port Report.
Were it not for talk of smugglers and sky beasts, you could easily confuse this place for a village on the world you left behind. It's quite peaceful here, apart from the fuss over a newspaper delivery. The villagers frown and change the subject when you ask about it.
I see. Well, let's go to the village green. A golden nebula scintillates above Port Avon's apple trees. Okay, there's a nebula. Allotments, eel fishers, and steepled church. Here you may, if you choose, immerse yourself in the village quaint rhythms. The auroral sommelier. Sure, I think I remember enjoying that. Someone has grafted brass wheels to the carcass of an old armoire, impaled at the top with a jaunty damasked umbrella. Someone has grafted oh, yeah. A man stands behind it, flesh and finery the colors of the dawn, shepherding customers through their sampling of wines. Sweet wines, sour wines, sour wines, and sinful. Spirits of every vintage, save, of course, the Hesperidian cider. I know because I looked. It's the only place with real apples, but even here the cider eludes me. He beckons you with a gloved hand. Ask him about the Hesperidian cider. A rare vintage, eh? Closer. Come closer. Come listen. Come here. You effervescent thing. I have a story.
Grabbing you by the throat.
An associate of mine once gave me a sip of it.
One golden drop to place under my tongue, and my life was changed. Carnivorous pleasure steeps in his voice as he speaks. I went back to the store immediately. Of course, the price was too much. Then eventually the dreams drained away, and I'm here serving wine to drunks. If you decide to risk the same grief, savor it for me. Well, we found the address.
Let's go steal a bottle from this bitch.
The heart of the village, surrounded by orchards of real apple trees that were shipped through the avid horizon as seeds, an endowment to the years from a renewed majesty grew them to swift maturity. Actions here will wear out your welcome. Should we take a stroll or watch a cricket match?
Well, let's take a stroll. Oh.
Above, a golden nebula is fierce in the sky. Amber light dapples the curving lanes. Locals nod to you cautiously as you pass. A light drizzle of silver rain brushes the village. Its beads are bright and tiny as pinheads. We are briefly without terror, but we are wearing out our welcome. Let's go to the Nowhereian. Botheridge is a tour of heaven, describes Port Avon's single public house as a welcome respite. Justly famed for its authentic old earth cider. The locals can be welcoming for a while. Maybe they'll recruit more crew here. Let's head to the public house. It stands amid the nodding copse of apple trees. Inside, brass gleams cozily on the beams. Window latches, doorknobs, and other fittings retrieved from the first locomotives that carried people here. A great polished wheel hangs on the wall. Oh, God, that's kind of cool. We can head upstairs, intercede in a mushroomy manner, speak to a short-sighted cryptozoologist, or read a work of speculative fiction.
Well, I'm interested in the mushroomy matter myself.
The pub is out of scrumpy. The barman blames a creature, a cross between a mushroom and a jellyfish. It sways in its seat at the bar.
Who does this creature belong to?
Bellows a man, fuchsia with rage. The Blemmigan, he points out, is a grizzled member of its species, most of whom were left in the knee.
Oh.
The fuchsia gentleman roars in fury. Between bellows, the truth emerges. The Blemmigan is no one's pet, and far worse, no one will admit responsibility for its tab. The Blemmigan is unconcerned with the tumult. It nods its cap at you with grim respect and flops a tendril into a smug of stout. It stares bleakly through the window. I think we should settle its bar tab.
Yeah, let's settle its bar tab.
Come to our crew. Kindred spirits, as the fuchsia gentleman inflates for a particularly prolonged diatribe about ill-mannered captains and their disorderly plets. The Blemmigan climbs to the bar top to consider your face. It likes what it sees. With sound like a shoe being pulled from a swamp, the Blemmigan finishes its drink, and it clambers up your arm until it reaches your shoulder. From where it directs you to the door. It is experienced in surviving the cold of the heavens and the heat of those too cowardly to traverse them. It respects you. It will serve you well.
Hell
We're down
yeah.
to $27.
We got a Blemigan.
Let's take out the Cyclopean ruins. What place was this? What giant king made his home here? Why did he abandon the vast stores of souls the locals would acquire from beneath the stones? Perhaps you might risk a further excavation of your own.
Okay.
Not one of the looming stones is quite square, yet they slot together immaculately. What were these ruins before their fall? Even the bones are tall and stately as the finest cathedrals of old France. What purpose did they serve in the past? Plentiful days when their sun still shone. We could conduct an excavation, which gives us a 51% chance, or enjoy the picturesque surroundings.
Well, I think we've got a higher chance of doing the nocturnal excavation, so...
Ta-da!
Hell yeah, brother.
Your spades are muffled, your voices are low. Furtive hours pass. Hard labor is harder when it must be done in silence. Eventually your crew will heave on a steel rod, prying a gap between the two stones. Something glints within. Swords. Trapped in lenses of the size of soup plates and stirring irritably in the light. You are no longer welcome. You may be able to become so again at the dock. We better leave. Watching a couple of the brawnier McDonald boys are watching the ruins, truncheons in hand. Jesus. Best keep out. Dangerous place. Okay.
So we did get caught, but we didn't get in trouble. Well.
Oh, it wasn't so much that we weren't allowed to be there. Oh, whoops. I accidentally skipped one. The fastidious inspector approaches you in the galley. Captain, good day. I noticed your clock has stopped. Perhaps you'd permit me to repair it? Yeah. She gives a grateful flicker of a smile and sets to work. Soon she has the back off the clock and has spread tiny cogs across the galley table. Obscure horological tools gleam brassily among them. Everything has a place. I appreciate the opportunity to keep myself busy. Staring too long in the stars is harmful to the temperament. I could imagine so. Yeah, you do a good job. Thank you. It's rather hard to tell if she's pleased. Have a good evening. And to you, Captain. I think she'll take a cup of tea. Make a cup of tea. Of course you would. But that's it, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Goodbye.
Well,
Goodbye. Well, we might have to find somewhere to save. Wait. Exit port?
No.
Ding, ding.
There we go.
There we go.
Thank you for watching. Have a sexy day. Constant back. It's over. Bye.